So they were teasing this match for weeks and weeks and weeks, mostly by the Blackheart of NXT, the psychopath, Tommaso Ciampa, after his victory following the defeat of Johnny Gargano at, NXT TakeOver, and we all know how great that event went. Okay, so he has been wanting to go after the NXT title. There were reports coming around that they were going to do Tommaso Ciampa versus Aleister Black at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. I was really against that idea, not because it wouldn't be a bad match. That's impossible, since this is NXT. But I always thought it should have been Velveteen Dream versus Aleister Black. It would have been a nice coming of circle thing. Like, Velveteen Dream getting a huge victory with a guy who basically made him a star in NXT and made everyone lose their doubts on whether or not he can hang with the guys. And I always felt like that should have been the match that happened. And then it got reported that Aleister Black and Tommaso Ciampa was going to fight in an NXT show. And I was like, okay, it's going to be for the NXT title. That's going to be awesome. And then then reports came out because the internet likes to ruin all the fun. And because Vince still doesn't want to make NXT live to a major extent, probably, because they know NXT would destroy them in all ways possible. Tommaso Ciampa defeated Aleister Black for the NXT Championship. And I was like, they did that. Like, I thought I had figured out the formula of NXT, and then they changed it up now. Like, so I wanted to watch this match. Either way, I was going to see this match, see how it all went, because I didn't read all the details. But, yeah, this match was, like, took over half the show. That was how important this match was. It was built up as a pay-per-view main event match. Well, really, NXT system is more like, let's make the TV shows, pay-per-view quality performances, and let's make the takeovers look like our WrestleManias. And once again, Tommaso Ciampa is exceptionally great as a heel. In fact, he's possibly one of the best heels in the wrestling business right now. I mean, like, really, with Cody now having reformed after Kenny Omega's "If you could change, everybody could change" Rocky IV speech. And Tama Tonga getting a lot of popularity now since his feud with Roman Reigns via Twitter, which makes me want to see that match now to an extent. Really, Tommaso Ciampa is the only good, legitimately great heel left that's vilified, which makes me all the more sadder when he goes to the main roster eventually, and everyone looks at him and says, "Who is this guy?" Sigh. But this match was insane. Everything about it was insane. Like, you have all these layers coming out regarding Tommaso Ciampa and his vilification status. Aleister Black has this brooding anti-hero mentality. You had Johnny Gargano lurking in the shadows because over time, because as the weeks went by leading up to this match, Johnny Gargano was expressing that how he's kind of fallen to this dark side of him and how he's become the very thing he hates. And I was like, so you admit you're turning evil. And I've been advocating for this match. I want Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano to end their fight inside Hell in a Cell. Like, Triple H reportedly does see a trilogy of matches between them. They did 2 of them. They need to do Hell in a Cell. That's the only way to end this. It'd be kind of also poetic to an extent, because if you think about it, Shawn Michaels and Triple H's feud was bloody and intense, and that ended with a Hell in a Cell match. Why not do it with this one? Except they had way more matches, but they were given time to spread out. You know, unlike in Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles, to the point that now you want that the match that you want to see happen is now the match you're sick of seeing in the span of a month. But anyways, so there was, and we even got the referee from the unsanctioned match. That should show, like, you would think like there would be some connection with that, but no, luckily they didn't go that route. And then you would like, and when Aleister Black finally gets the black mask kick on Tommaso Ciampa, you would think that this is going to be the moment the referee's going to make the count, but unfortunately beforehand the referee crashed onto the exposed floor when Tommaso Ciampa went outside and exposed the concrete floor. You know, something that's rarely seen on the main roster anymore. Yeah. And then coming in to save the day after Aleister Black was raked in the eyes by Ciampa, Johnny Gargano ran in and delivered a super kick to Ciampa. I mean, Gargano did. And before he could deliver a belt shot, a tug of war between the two happened, and Gargano accidentally struck Black with the title. And then after that, Ciampa threw Gargano out of the ring, and Ciampa then executed the Devil's Wings to score the pinfall and win the title. And all I'm thinking is, wow, you went there, everybody. They went there. They went there. Like, normally you would expect disqualification and then it would lead to a rematch. But no, we're getting this match now. I was, like, shocked that they did this on NXT television. They haven't done that in a long time. In fact, I don't think they ever did that. They always reserved it for the TakeOver events. After when the takeovers started happening. So, I was like, wow. In fact, when was the last time this happened? And then I thought about it more, and like, this was said to have been leading up to a triple threat match between Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa. I'm glad that match is going to happen, but I still advocated for Aleister Black versus Velveteen Dream for the NXT title because it would have just made more sense to me, because it would have been a coming full circle for Velveteen Dream. The man who made him a star is going to be the man that makes him NXT champion. That would have been really poetic and really highlighted Velveteen Dream coming a long way to win the NXT World Championship. And this episode of NXT was the most viewed episode, apparently, according to Tommaso Ciampa, rubbing it in and saying that he's now the king of the universe, basically. It's the only amount of times that he says that. And he even calls himself Tommy Entertainment. You know, that term that everyone grows to hate now because Vince tends to think wrestling is the devil. So that makes all the more sense. So, yeah. We're getting a third match between Gargano and Ciampa, but with Aleister Black involved. But I get the feeling we're going to get one more singles match between them, and then hopefully it would end with either one of them winning. I would actually be alright if Tommaso Ciampa won, because that's what Triple H and Shawn Michaels did. It ended with Triple H getting the victory clean, and he was the villain. So, and like I said, I just want this to be a Hell in a Cell match. It just, like, when was the last time we got such an intense blood feud going on that ended inside Hell in a Cell? In fact, I think that might have been before the PG era happened. Like, yeah, we got very personal feuds, but we never got one that's built off of pure emotional hatred. We never got that in a long time, because, like, maybe Lesnar and Undertaker, but that mostly stems from Undertaker low-blowing him constantly and then Lesnar returning the favor. But, the fact that this is possibly one of their best storylines yet going on right now with Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, and they added in a third wheel to it to an extent. Like, granted, it's a very talented third wheel. It just makes me so ecstatic to watch the show. Like, and it just makes me also despair to an extent, because you know what's going to happen. They're not going to be seen as world champion material because they're not big hulking figures like Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar or John Cena and yada yada yada. Like, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, they're going to go to 205 Live most likely. Aleister Black, I don't even know what's going to happen to him. Like, they're probably going to force him to lose the weight he needs in order to make 205 Live. And while 205 Live is run by Triple H, these three guys, yeah, they deserve to be in the World Championship contention. And someone apparently on Twitter said that, who's never watched NXT, says that NXT guys should not be given a big, huge spot to an extent and should work their way up. Like, okay, that could work if, I don't know, they were given compelling storylines to work with, but as we all know, Vince won't even give them a chance. for discriminatory reasons, and I'm still on that. But this match was awesome. I really love the talent involved in all this. It just makes me why I love NXT so much. The fact that you expect the unexpected, that you don't see this coming, that they changed the formula up when you thought it finally was that you finally could figure it out, and then they say, "Look, let's change it up." And this was like a few weeks, and then only like a few weeks before Brooklyn, and Aleister Black is pissed off now because he just lost the title. And now he blames Johnny Gargano now. So, yeah, Ciampa's kind of leaning into anti-hero mode. And people are kind of rallying against Johnny Gargano for costing their hero, to an extent, his title. And basically handed it to basically the devil. So, yeah, I bet that's going to be fun. So I can't wait for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. That match is going to steal the show most likely. But considering you got King Ricochet versus Adam Cole, EC3 versus Velveteen Dream, the British Strong Style versus Mustache Mountain versus the Undisputed Era, yeah, that saying it's going to steal the show is basically saying all of NXT is just going to steal the weekend. So basically that's been this given. So those were my thoughts on Tommaso Ciampa versus Aleister Black for the NXT Championship. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate. Stay tuned for more.